Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, as it's a Sunday evening and we've got a match day up ahead of us. Of course, right now you are watching eISL brought to you by Coca-Cola. Of course, before we get the event started, a huge shout out to our sponsors, starting off with our associate sponsors, Hero, our esports partners, Notwin Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, for making this event happen. Joining along with me is, of course, Azim. We did just see Odisha FC getting a win over there in the previous matchup, but now it's getting exciting over here. These two teams that we have in contention over here, Azim, they're fighting for the 6th and the 7th spot respectively. So how excited are you?
Very, very excited. Of course, let's quickly take you through the tournament format and then dive into the analysis for this game. This is the league stage and it's getting super serious. We're hearing about, deals to buy people pizza in exchange for beating opponents. Who knows? The top 4 teams are going to make it to the finals, and these 2 teams that we're watching today are vying for those top spots. And of course, on the 21st of March with the finals, we'll also see which winning team member will qualify for the FIFA Global Series 2022?
Yeah, so at least there's some catch, right? Of course, whoever comes second would have been offered a lot of pizzas out there, but we're still talking about the prize distribution, the prize pool of a whooping 78 lakh rupees, out of which the first position receives 15 lakhs. And, thankfully, they're esports athletes because a lot of pizzas is not ideally recommended by their doctors. But either ways, talking about this matchup, we've got 2 teams, Bengaluru FC going up against Jamshedpur FC. Now, talking about Jamshedpur, we really thought that they've had that chance to get into the top 4, potentially, or the top spot. But ever since the new year, we're seeing that decline in the performance from which they've not been able to recover, which clearly reflects on the leaderboard as well.
Yeah, and I mean, both these teams, in fact, if you look at the first couple of weeks of the eISL, we looked at both Bengaluru FC and Jamshedpur FC and said, you know what, along with Chennai and FC and FC Goa, these guys were the absolute favorites to end up in those top 4 spots. Northeast United FC was still a little hit and miss. SC East Bengal had not even started playing enough matches by then. But I mean, how the tables have turned, and this is such a huge match because whoever wins this, of course, can potentially overtake FC Goa and just sneak into that top 4 spot. But of course, FC Goa still have a couple of games at hand and they'll be in action shortly. Going into the matches, very, very interesting lineup. We see Varsity going up against Arvind Mas, and I'm really looking forward to game 2. It's going to be Shagnik versus Akash Ash. I mean, firecracker fixtures all around.
Yeah, of course. Arvind again starting off for his team against Varsity. Varsity has been a regular starter for Bengaluru FC. He's been playing really well lately. He's found his form back. But then again, Arvind is the biggest question, right? It's been a very, very sort of annoying spell for him. But taking a look at the last matchups that they've gone up against each other. There you have it. So Arvind did defeat Varsity in that previous encounter that they had, but it was a long time ago, and the remainder of the games did turn out as a draw. So just on the fact that Arvind did manage to get that 1-goal lead and the win in the first game, Jamshedpur FC did walk home with those 3 points secured. So today, of course, Bengaluru FC, they're going to be looking for some redemption, some revenge. And before that, I think they've got some game plans up and some chatter, some healthy banter between these lads. But Arvind and Akash, they're more determined than ever because today is a day where they want to be turning the tables upside down.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, Arvind Mas looks like he's just come freshly from a biker gang ride somewhere, wearing that nice leather jacket. Varsity, a picture of concentration. Varsity, a guy who is in better form than his opponent, you would have to say. Arvind Mas struggling in his last 2 games. Varsity really, really finding his form of late. And you can see he's been scoring a lot of goals. 24 goals scored in 11 matches. Arvind started off very, very confident. Had a very, very good run of fixtures while Jamshedpur FC were riding that wave at the top of the table. But now, slowed down just a little bit, and Varsity will be looking to capitalize. Of course, they'll want a little bit of revenge. They were denied that 1 point by Jamshedpur FC in the last dying minutes of that match in the co-op as well. So they have a point to prove. Bengaluru FC, one of the early contenders, just like Jamshedpur FC, it's going to be a very, very tight encounter.
Oh, it definitely is going to be one. And, the match has already begun. It's going to be exciting as to how things turn out because there you have it. Bengaluru FC Quite interestingly, we do see them in their white, and of course Jamshedpur FC in the orange, from right to left. But the way this game has started off, Varsi, right off the bat, he wants to get a little up close and personal, has Cancelo on him, but the ball has been out of play.
Yeah, getting up close and personal only with the linesman over there and running the ball straight out. We've seen a lot of players doing that. I don't know if that's something. Maybe the dribbling has changed slightly as well with the latest patch. Who knows? Because it's uncharacteristic mistakes, or maybe it's just a bit of nerves, bit of rustiness. Players getting back after about a week or so out. Bengaluru FC, of course, fresh off the back of getting a decent result last time out, and they will want to continue that form of theirs. Jamshedpur FC, they could have been. I mean, they've been involved in a lot of very very close matches. I think a lot of bad luck on the way as well, particularly for Akash. And Arvind will now be also looking to turn that corner around. These are, of course, both very, very well matched teams. I think very, very similar in their skill sets. Both players are Arvind and Varsi. So it was very, very tight. I mean, only really one goal in it towards the end in the last time they met, and it could be quite similar over here as well. For now, both defenses set up pretty well, pretty organized, no issues over there. But now the ball in for Ronaldo. Will he go for the snapshot? Not quite able to get away. Maldini reads it, and Jamshedpur FC have the ball back.
Oh yeah, and this game is going to be so important for Arvind, like I mentioned, right? Right off the bat, Varsi wants to get really aggressive. We've seen Bengaluru FC boys in action, but they haven't really been playing at regular intervals. So Dugal did mention that fact about getting a little rusty, and we really hope to see a lot out of these boys, because initially when the eISL started, we did see a lot of Bengaluru FC matches, but then there was this long break where they had to wait and wait, and then we kind of did not see much out of them when they came back. But things could change over here. That was a really good entry, and still Varsi somehow maintaining the composure, but for so long. As there you go, Arvind Mas being so vigilant at his defenses, managing to completely counter it out, and now he's on his own counter attack.
That was exceptional 1v1 defending from Arvind over there. Really, really good, because Varsi, every time it looked like he just had that clean shot, but Arvind keeping him at arm's length, not getting too close, giving himself enough room to adapt to what Varsi was doing over there. So very, very well defended. Now there is a gap on that right flank if he chooses to find it. Didn't quite see it over there. Varsi's defense sitting very narrow, so there is the opportunity for Arvind Mas to utilize the width that he's playing using Mbappe. Not quite able to do it now. Varsi looking for that ball in behind. It's a great ball if he's remained on side. Neymar in. Surely.
Oh,
No. One touch too many over there, and Van der Sar can get it.
oh, this was a golden opportunity. This was where he could have gotten his own sweet revenge, because he could not score a goal against Arvind the last time. But this is as close as he could get. But still, for all the Bengaluru FC fans, they're going to be happy the way these lads have started off, right? Especially Varsi over here. He's been looking very aggressive, and Arvind sort of has been playing the catch-up game more on the counter-attack. But this time, wanting to make something happen from the right wing. Instant passes on towards Vieira. Gives it away towards Ronaldo again. And this could be a good chance. Ronaldo looking for the cutback. Does find that opening, but Maldini in time makes that tackle and gets the ball back in their court.
Yeah, very sharp in defense, both players, but a very cheap giveaway from Varsi. You can't really afford mistakes like this. Usually they are punished. This time, Arvind showing a little bit of mercy, almost deciding to just keep it safe, keep it simple, and make no mistake, there are huge nerves attached to this match. It's a massive game for both teams. They can, effectively make that top four impossible for each other with a win. Either team that wins this gets a massive, massive boost going towards that top four. Gives them a little bit more margin for error as well going into the tournament. But yeah, it's nervy, it's a little tentative at times. You're seeing players taking additional touches that they would not necessarily take if they were playing with complete freedom, complete confidence. So very, very interesting tactical battle is going to be over here. Let's see who comes out on top. For now, it's mostly being played in midfield. We saw a flurry of those long balls being played in behind both defenses at the start of the game. That's settled down a little bit now. Both players realizing it needs to be a less chaotic match for them to have a bit more control. and that's really what we're seeing now.
Yeah, and now Varsi is just trying to calm down the pace because the way it started off, he was going way too end to end against Arvin. It's not, of course, an easy affair for him. The match is going to be very up close because the one time that they went up against each other, it was not a high goal scoring game, right? It was very intense, action packed. Both these teams were very intact in terms of their attack and the defense. Not a lot of openings, but still, Varsi, this pass towards Neymar, and the next dribble would have been very crucial, very important. But again, Arvin, he's shown signs where he's so good on his defenses, but the attack, that's where he could work on, and things could change with Mbappe receiving this long pass. But again, the time he had is kind of gone right now because the defenders are back into their positions, and it's going to be way more difficult now, sort of trying to and go and score the goal.
Yeah, both defenses very much on top. You'd have to say over here. No clean opportunities. I don't think either keeper has had to make a save so far. Arvin looking to change that now with the ball into Pele, but well dealt with. You can see the number of bodies in the box over there. And as we were expecting, I think following the pattern of the last time these guys met, it is 0-0 at halftime. And it could well be just that one goal that decides it yet again between these two.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very cagey affair, like you love to say. But Azim, right now it's been a goalless first half, but we got to see a lot of chances, being created from Varsi's side. A few moments where we did see, Arvin try to get up close and personal. But I think this was the golden chance of it all. And all he had got to do is, should have taken a chip shot a little. Not even a second ago, but a few microseconds ago. Had that been done, I think things could have been better. But regardless, we heading off into the second half right away. Both these players, going after each other, and let's see who breaks the deadlock.
Yeah, over there for Varsi, I think he was going for a ball roll around the keeper, and just that one additional touch that he took him too close to Van der Sar, and that allowed him the moment. The moment was lost when that happened, and now we're seeing Varsi over there triggering that run on the right. He is still looking to find those long balls in behind the defense. He's switching repeatedly to the fullbacks and trying to trigger that run wide. Right now, calling players short. It's very important also to keep possession. And a little overhit that pass, gets away with it. Gullit now bringing it forward for Jamshedpur FC. Again, you can see the defenses for both teams right on top, and it is really going to take either a mistake or some absolute piece of magic to open either of these two up. And there we go. We've seen a mistake over there. The pressure really taking its toll. Very good high press from Arvind over there. And now 1v1 defending. Well, comes out on top. That has been the pattern of the game so far. Defense is well and truly on top. Let's see if Varsi, who has been known throughout this tournament to create moments of magic out of absolute thin air, let's see if this could be one of those moments. Has Gullit on the ball still. Now he finds the through ball to Ronaldo. Smashes it into the corner out of nowhere. Picture perfect. It is Varsi, it is Bengaluru FC 1-0.
And nobody saw that coming. At least, at the very least, I did not see that one coming. That was absolutely perfect and did not take any time on taking a touch on that ball. Directly went in for the shot, and there you have it. Varsi this time, on the verge of getting his revenge against Jamshedpur FC. He still has got the scars remaining, but there you have it again. Irvin trying to equalize things in no time, but this time Varsi was prepared. Did still manage to hold on to that attack, and now he's going to start building up another one.
Yeah, well, Varsi would love to get a second goal to sort of just calm down the nerves, because 1-0 is just such a precarious position. It leaves the opposition with that nothing to lose kind of attitude. They'll go and start going full out gung-ho attack. Doesn't matter. They're not concerned about conceding on the counter attack. It's all about what you can do to stop them coming. And Arvind, we've seen he likes to get his fullbacks forward as well. We'll probably see that later in the half if it's still 1-0. But now, Varsi, very quick, very precise movement of the ball right now. Arvind not particularly pressing him very high. He's happy for him to come in and get those 1v1 situations, and he's confident in his ability to see those out. Now with Gullit. Let's see if Varsity is tempted to try a long shot, I wonder. But no, won't quite need to.
Oh,
Pele takes the shot. The keeper had committed the dive over there, so it had fallen to him. It still might fall to him. It still might fall to him. Looks for the ball to Ronaldo. Still not able to get that shot away. This time he does. And it falls to him. Surely a goal. Varsity gets it done. At long last. Took way longer than it should. But it is 2-0 to Bengaluru FC.
oh, there you go. Varsity finally making a comeback. And this second goal, this is where things are looking intense for Bengaluru FC as they've gotten up and it's 2-0 up. But for Jamshedpur, now, few concerns arising because Arvind, we haven't really seen him pulling a lot of comebacks. Varsity has definitely done that in the past. He's made some ridiculous comebacks, I must say. But then again, this is where he's maintaining that strong physical presence in the final third and not just giving up. And today he was hungry, and finally he's happy.
Well, he might get happier right now. Almost managing the nutmeg on Maldini over there. Didn't quite work out. Arvind, well, I think he needs to urgently figure some kind of changes out. Maybe a change in personnel, maybe a change in strategy. You can see it's just not happening for him. The substitutions are being made now. Let's see if he goes to a different formation, what personnel he brings on. There are plenty of options now with the new icons available. There's I mean, you have your classic players, your CR7s, your Messis, your Eusebios, also new, more wild card kind of players in Ronaldinho, in Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So, yeah, they've agreed on some kind of game plan. They've agreed on the game plan at Bengaluru FC as well. And Varsi really now needs to just see it out and play on the counter.
Yeah, I mean, Varsity at this particular point, I think two goals already scored against Jamshedpur FC is fine, right? Because Jamshedpur FC's goal scoring rate hasn't been that fast, hasn't been that great lately. And, Arvind, I really want to know what's going on because it's been such a while. The way these lads started off, I think, Azim, we were starting to speculate them in our, top four. Now, the fall that's really drastic for Jamshedpur FC and their fans. Not really pleased with how they've been playing lately. But again, Varsity, look at him getting so much space from that right wing. Perfect pass. Ronaldo, who should have no trouble in scoring this one again. And he's got no expressions. And finally, but deciding to go for that celebration. And this is pretty much lights out for Jamshedpur FC.
Yeah, it's you could see Arvind was committing a lot of bodies forward, and that we've seen that in Odisha FC versus ATKMB as well. When you commit those fullbacks forward, and you've got all your midfielders also coming forward on the counter attack, you're just left hopelessly exposed. And we've seen that no real way back for Arvind over here. I think now is just damage limitation. See if you can maybe grab one goal back immediately. Try to put some pressure on Varsity. Varsity, of course, he knows all about comebacks. He's been the comeback king himself. But, well, he knows better than to let that happen to himself. Now, with Eusebio, still not able to keep the ball. And there you can see Ronaldo will sprint in the distance. He has Vinicius making the run. Can't quite find him. Maybe a chip ball would have been the better option over there. Vinicius, of course, the fastest player in the game. Nobody is catching him when he puts those afterburners on. And Ronaldinho now. Let's see if they can work something. Arvind would love to at least get one goal back. I think that's offside though. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I mean, there was one sliver of opening created, and, that just goes out of the window over there. And for Jamshedpur FC, like you said, it's more about the consolation goal right now because Arvind is really feeling low at this point. Not the kind of a play that we would expect out of him, but it is what it is. Hasn't really found his groove that, something that Tuchel has mentioned. After you get a long break, you do not have games, you kind of tend to get a little rusty. And ever since Jamshedpur FC, they haven't really recovered. And like you said, look at this run coming in from Vinicius Jr. No stopping this man. But surely, at some point, he's going to make that pass, gives it away towards Matthias. And now again, another offside. So there you have it. So right now, with just 2 minutes remaining, I think it's kind of decided that Bengaluru FC, they're getting the first victory 100%.
Oh, yeah. And well, for a lot of teams, not playing had a bit of a detrimental effect. We saw that for Odisha FC. We've seen that for Jamshedpur FC as well. But I think the break has actually helped Bengaluru FC because their form was really dipping just before that break happened. They were on a spree of losing matches. Suddenly, the break came. Everything sort of seemed to shift, and now they've got their focus and they've got their mojo back. And they've got a free kick in a nice position as well. Let's see if he decides to go for goal over here. Nothing to lose. He's got Messi on for exactly just one kick. So let's see if he can smash this into the top corner. Here we go. It is not into the top corner. It's in the keeper's hands. But it's 3-0. Bengaluru FC. Comprehensive win for Varsity. And work to do now for Akash Ash as he goes up against Agni.
Oh yeah, a lot in fact. But Sharknik, he says he's got this. He's got this, and I don't not know what's wrong. But Varsi is not his usual self today. Usually you see him smiling, but throughout that game, he was maintaining that steely demeanor that he had something to prove. And clearly says that this victory meant a lot. Especially when the first time you go up against an opponent, you face defeat, and the next time you get a chance, that's where you sort of want to get your revenge. And I think that's a good way of answering a 1-0 defeat with a 3-0 victory.
Yeah, absolutely. And gets his revenge. And now the next game, of course, was drawn the last time these two
Yeah.
met. Shagnik and Akash could not be separated. I believe it was 2-all or a 1-all draw between the two of them. So Shagnik would love to just close this game out, get the win, 3 points in the bag, and go home. But Akash, he's another guy with a point to prove. It's just not happened for him off late. It's not that he's been playing badly, he's just not had that luck. We've seen some incredible saves, we've seen some incredible misses. It's just been a little bit of a mess for Jamshedpur FC off late. You see over there some great goals by Varsi. Over there, in a moment where we didn't really expect anything to come, found that through ball, found that finish, and managed to make it count. And he's scored a couple of, like, all three goals, I think, over here. Got a little bit fortunate with the way the ball bounced off the keeper, but I mean, you have to put yourself in that position to get the rebound, and you can see the release of pressure for Sagnik has he made as well.
Oh yeah, I mean this was such an important game because we're entering into the end game over here. Just a few handful, couple of matches remaining, and all these teams, everyone just eyeing out for victory. Such an important game for them, and Bengaluru FC. This is going to do so much to their morals. Finally getting some good victories over here because always whenever it comes to Varsi, he's been a little off, but finally he's found that momentum, found that rhythm that he can play along with. But with Shagnik, of course, Shagnik being the more reliable player from the team, we've seen Shagnik being pretty much consistent more of the times. But what I'm really concerned about, or rather, who I'm really concerned about, is going to be Akash because, like you said, Azima, I mean, he's not been making a lot of mistakes. Of course, he's been scoring a couple of less goals. That's something I can tell you because the way he started off, if you remember his first game, he goes on 5 goals, 6 goals, hauls, and
Yeah.
suddenly we start, giving him the title of being the beast inside the eISL. And suddenly, after the new year, we haven't seen much out of him either. So we would really love to get into a conversation with these players as to what their take is. Maybe it has got to do something with the patch or whatever the reason could be. But yes, we do have Varsi with us, who's inside the studio. Finally, a chat with him after a long while. And Varsi, I'm so happy to see you smiling back again. Throughout the match, you
Thank you,
had
Mrs.
maintained that very serious, composure. What's behind it? You never like that.
I mean, yeah, like I did not perform well in the first half, as you all know, and yeah, like second half is very important for us if we have to make it to the top four. And yeah, I
Yeah.
just kept my cool, and yeah, like I had to win this game because I lost to win in the first fixture, if you all remember. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
wanted my revenge, and I took my revenge. So, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no, and it was a dominating display. We were just looking at the match stats. You didn't even allow Arvind a single shot in the entire game. So, very
Yeah.
good defensive and attacking display. And we've been asking a lot of the players about this since the new title patch has come up. What have your feelings been about it? Some players have adapted to it a little quickly. How has it been for you?
I mean, I feel like after the patch, the gameplay is a bit more defensive. That's what I feel. So, and I feel like I've improved a lot with the new patch in defense. So yeah, it's been like really good for me for now. Like so, yeah.
All right, so you guys are enjoying, of course. Dugal did share a few words with us. We're already the big boss atmosphere being created in your hotels. A lot of pizzas are being wagered, or even offered to the players. But have you received any of them
No,
lately?
not yet. Not yet.
No pizza. Would you like some? Would you like a few
Obviously,
offers on the table?
obviously,
All right, there you
obviously,
go. But
All right, yeah.
regardless, Azim, I think this game, in fact, Varsi, I must say, is very important for you. So, has Shagni
obviously,
come
obviously.
with a game plan against Akash?
Sagnik never comes with a game plan. He's like, बस जो होगा देखा जाएगा. He comes, he plays, he wins. That's it. And we want to finish in the first two games itself. So yeah.
Yeah, well, good luck on the journey to do that. Let's see if he comes, he wins, he conquers. Let's hope that works out for you guys as well, and all the best for the rest of the game.
Thank you, Zim. Thank you, Fixes. Cheers.
Cheers. All right.
He comes, he conquers, he wins. No, he came, he saw, he conquered. I
Yeah.
got the quote all wrong. Varsi is gonna judge me now for the rest of his life.
It's fine, especially the background you come from. It's excusable, Azim, that you can make that and still get away with it. But yeah, of course, I mean, I kind of like him smiling more than being his usual self. I think he wanted his revenge, and it was there right on his platter, served cold. And
Yeah.
yeah, Arvind would not really be pleased, but it was a very convincing victory, I must say, for
Yeah.
Varsi, because especially not letting a player like Arvind get up close and personal. But here you have, Shagnik, very chill kind of guy, doesn't really care about his hairstyle or anything at all, just cares about his game. Once he's in the groove, he does not stop. But taking a look at the statistics, this is what has sort of been concerning for me. Now, 11 games played and just 22 goals scored, and that is not the typical Akash Ash that we did see in the initial commencement of the eISL.
Yeah, and considering the first game he scored 6 goals as well, so that's roughly come down to like 16 goals in 10 games, which is not particularly ideal form for him. Yes, you can if you're one of those players like Shobham, and everyone's almost like, as we've spoken to him, and everyone's almost like playing for a draw against Shobham. Which I guess they will have to change their tactics soon because Dugal is in massive form. But anyway, that's another story, another day. We have kicked off. Again, it is Jamshedpur FC against Bengaluru FC. It is Akash Ash in red against Bengaluru FC's Shagnik in white. A must-win game for Akash. He has to find his form somehow. Needs to get the tides of luck turning against him as well. He's not had the best time out. His teammate couldn't even get a shot away against Varsity, who was looking in incredible form. And now it's a huge, huge moment. Akash will have nerves factoring in as well. But I think he needs a goal. I think he just needs those nerves to settle. One quick goal for him, and I think this game could potentially go his way.
Yeah, I think Akash has kind of lost his momentum, the mojo, like a lot of players talk about it, and I think he's gonna get it back pretty quick. I really hope so, because he's such a delight to watch. Just the way he plays. Even Luke Manu was all praises for this lad. When eISL commenced, he was like, "Fixes, you need to watch out for this guy," and he's really good. And he showed that. But right now, let's take a look. And Shagnik over here is making the run. But again, Akash has being a little bit vigilant on his defense, and he's somewhere down the line, Azim. He's got to find that attacking nature of his back, because these little breaks are definitely hurting the players, especially in maintaining that consistent run.
Well, absolutely. And Akash, I mean, deep down he knows, obviously he's practicing, he's playing every day. So you don't really lose that edge, that killer instinct, because these guys are always sharp. Of course, they're not playing such high stakes matches. Sagnik over there had the opportunity, decided to pass it up. And that's a bit of a strange sequence of events, because twice it looked like Sagnik had a very good opportunity to take a shot, decided not to. And he's really handed the initiative back to Akash over here, who will be more than happy to take it. And Akash, as I said, he just needs one goal, and I think the confidence is going to come flowing back, finding a decent looking ball towards Eusebio on the left, not quite able to pick him out. And I'm sorry, Pele on the left. Both of these two in their stature are so similar, it occasionally gets hard to pick out the two. And there we go now, another good ball played by Sagnik. He has the through ball available to Neymar, decides not to go for it, but turns out to be a great decision.
Is that a
Neymar,
penalty?
is that a penalty? It is a penalty. Huge moment for Akash over here. Huge. Can he pull this out?
Oh, he's got to do it. He has got to do it. And, Shagnik, of course, just wearing to go. There he takes a shot directly. And there you have it. Bengaluru FC, they've gotten that goal lead. And, for Akash, you got to feel bad.
Yeah, you got to feel for him, but supreme confidence from Shagnik over there, going for that Panenka finish, really holding his nerve over there. It is so tempting to just pick a side. I mean, it's really a 33% chance every penalty you take. It's left, right, center. You choose one, and just pray that the opponent doesn't choose the same one. So, well, played the odds well, went for the simple Panenka finish, and gets his reward. Bengaluru FC, as it stands, looking to get all 3 points with 2 games played. And yeah, it's so nervy now for Akash. He has to go all guns blazing. He has to start playing his natural game. Great ball to Mbappe. Can he find the finish? The touch too heavy. And he finds it. Surely now, yes, it is Eusebio Akash right back in it. Not denting his confidence. That's exactly what we needed. Don't go anywhere, folks. We have a game on our hands.
Oh, yes, it's just getting started right now. I mean, initially, the first game was pretty much one-sided, but this game is getting exciting than ever. But, Jamshedpur FC cannot just settle with a draw over here. They've got to make a win out of this and then force this match to a co-op. And again, Akash, this is the kind of a killer instinct that I was talking about. He's always had it. But somewhere down the line, he's just not been feeling it. And we're sort of still awaiting his comeback with just a one goal. It would be it would be basically jumping on the gun to say that he's back. But one or few more goals, and maybe we can start speculating that, yes, the beast, the animal that we talk out of Akash is definitely here.
Yeah, well, he needs to keep going. He's got good numbers forward for this attack. If he can find the right through ball, decides to play it a little safe. And, well, it's Kevin De Bruyne in there. That's a great ball if he's onside. He is onside off the post. And again, the luck for Akash continues to desert him. He worked that brilliantly. And now on the counter-attack, it's Shagnik. But he's offside.
Thankfully, just a huge sigh of relief there for Akash. I mean, this is not the first time his shots are hitting at the crossbar, right? I mean, more than the goal scored, I think he's got a better tally of having his shots being hit on the crossbar or something or the other happening. And that sort of a misfortune needs to end someday, somehow. But for now, Shagnik, of course, pacing in with Ronaldo just dribbling across 3 defenders over there. Eventually passes it on towards Scarlett. Quinton goes after De Bruyne. Again, another new pick that we are getting to see quite so often after this patch update. As this time again, Akash, that's some really nice passes being made from his side, just heading in and needs to find someone off, but directly goes for the shot again. Stop it!
Oh my god, Akash, what does he have to do to find a shot on target? Surely not again. Oh, he goes for the chip and it's gone completely wrong. You have to feel for him. This is so unlucky. 2 off the post and then just gets the chip completely wrong. Shagnik is holding on, but he's going to get opportunities just like this one over here. Now Ronaldo getting into the box. What can he do? Twisting, turning, finding Pele on the right flank. Looking now to be more patient. And, well, if he gets this in, if he manages to score from here, that would just be complete insult to injury. And he might is he onside though? He's not. It's offside. Akash lives. He breathes.
He fights another day over there. Oh god, this is drama. This is what we were talking about in swing inside of eISL. It's all happening here. Both the teams, Bengaluru FC and Jamshedpur FC, going after each other. Of course, Akash has been the unluckier one of the bunch over here with a lot of shots hitting the crossbar. But hey, that's just not happening today. It's been happening since quite a lot of games that he's been playing. He's been creating chances. They just don't tend to go in. But on the other hand, Shagnik pacing in through with Neymar will definitely find the pass on towards Mbappe. Still, I believe, had a sliver of opening. They could have gone for the shot. But this time, he definitely should go for it. But Casillas making the save, and just at the stroke of halftime, if someone concedes and someone scores,
Might just be Sagnik over here. Worked it well. Akash just wants to get this ball clear. Anywhere will do. It is 1-1 at halftime. Nothing to choose. I mean, it is literally a matter of inches, or in the scope of the game, a matter of millimeters that could separate this game from being 1-1 or 3-1. Those are the fine margins that we are watching right now in the eISL, and you can see Sagnik. He's looking stressed. He's looking like he's had a bit of a workout. And Akash, growing in confidence, growing in stature, you know that he's going to have more chances.
Oh, but this penalty definitely not the way Akash Ash really intended to give away. But again, quick recovery from his side, and after that, I think he sort of backed that momentum going in his favor. Now we're talking about two goals scored pretty early in the game. Now the next goal is going to be very crucial. If it gets scored in about 70 minutes of time, then I think either of the team, whoever scores it, will have a little bit of a momentum rolling in their favor. But there you have on with the second half in play. This is match number 2, guys. Of course, game number 2 between Bengaluru FC and Jamshedpur FC. The first one, however, Bengaluru FC having a really comfortable time, and of course, Varsity bagging it home for them. But the second one, this is where it's all going to be decided. Now Varsity is pretty confident that Chagnik is going to have no issues getting the win, but Akash Ash does not want to back off without a fight.
Yeah, Nakash is making some substitutions. He's got Zlatan on as well. Let's see what he does differently this time. Zlatan, of course, gives you a little bit more aerial presence, of course, a little bit more shooting ability, maybe the ability to find that finesse shot. Now he's got the run in behind. Is he onside? He played the ball too late, just a little too late. Otherwise, that was an excellent opportunity. And now, wasting no time, Sagnik coming forward down the flanks. Will he look for a cross? Nope. He wins the corner though, and still the momentum, still the initiative with Bengaluru FC. Now with Kevin De Bruyne, excellent crosser of the ball. Will he look to use that attribute? Nope. Mbappe there doing the defensive shift, back play to Casillas. And now, will he look for a quick ball in behind the defense? Fires it into Pele, who finds Ronaldo. Nobody on the right flank for him to pick out. I think Akash playing a bit of a narrower formation over here, trying to, I think, look at maybe a 4-1-2-1-2 kind of system. Not really much width, although the width being held here very well by Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Will he go for a finesse shot? No. Finds Eusebio, keeper coming out. Sagnik defends that well and has the momentum back, but one back straight away by Akash. This could be a pivotal moment. You can see the panic. The Bengaluru FC pause has been cued. He knows he needs to do something to combat this high press from Akash. But before that, he has a counter attack.
Oh yeah, he's got a counter attack and he's got a score. But right now, the way Bengaluru FC are making the moves, Ferdinand really catching the ball over there, the cutback. It's going to be so important for him to try and get a counter attack of their own. But the attack has been halted by Gullit over there. De Bruyne, just waiting, mocking the players over there. Pele trying to get in. But again, this is one of those games that Bengaluru FC will be completely fine with a draw. But for Jamshedpur FC, they will have to search for some sort of an opening. They will have to equalize this somehow in terms of the overall match wins over here. In fact, first game being won by Bengaluru, so it's very obvious that they need to win the second one, so as to force it to the third game. But for now, as things stand, Azim, it's going to be so crucial. But Akash Ash, we're seeing him trying, we're seeing him give efforts, but are they enough?
Well, plenty of time for him to do something about it. Of course, Bengaluru FC, the longer this goes without a pause, the happier Akash will be, because it doesn't allow Shagnik to do what he wants. He still has to adapt to the situation within the game. So he wants to make sure he doesn't let this ball go out of play and allow Shagnik to make his changes. He wants him to be stuck with this system. Offside again, surely. Yeah, he is offside. And again, playing that ball a little too late. He's seeing the opportunities, not quite reacting to them quick enough.
Oh yeah, he hasn't really up until now. Now, of course, Varsi exchanging a few words of wisdom to his teammate Shagnik, who could use some right now, because both these players, they're still yet to find an opening in the second half. We've seen these two go up against each other head to head, and the last time they faced off again, it ended out in a draw. Now, a lot of sparks are being thrown out in the air, just a little bit of chest thumping, and Akash needs to see this through. He cannot just settle with a draw, at least in this encounter, because then it's just all going to be about, getting that 1 point, right? Jamshedpur and Bengaluru FC are in no position to go home with just 1 point each. Now they need to get those important 3 points. They need to start building up that lead. And well, let's see what happens. 70 minutes has been passed by, nothing really breaking them apart, and another offside. Oh.
It's such fine margins for Akash here today, and there this time onside using Vinicius, the mad blistering pace of Vinicius to torment the defenders, finds the ball through to Ronaldo and Mbappe. What a block by Cafu over there, potentially match-saving tackle over there. But Vinicius goes running straight in, finds Eusebio, who will be looking for the shot. There is Vieira at the edge of the box, being marshaled, being harried by Maldini over there. Akash doing a good job of forcing him out, but Sagnik is going to come right back. He's got Eusebio in a great shooting position, takes the shot. Surely game over now. Akash now finds himself a goal down after all his efforts, after all the momentum being with him, after all the post hitting, after all the offsides. Unfortunately, he is a goal down, and now really he needs to just target getting the draw so that they can at least take this game to game 3.
Yeah, and just that's exactly what they did not want right now, especially Akash Ash. And the moment that goal went in, you could see these two players completely feeling the brunt of the pressure, the burden just suddenly feels heavier now, from all the fans, the love that they've been receiving initially when the eISL started off, and now, in these darker days, you would of course need a lot of more support. So all you fans out of Jamshedpur FC, do not forget to hit them in their DMs, support them a little bit, because they need that from you guys. But regardless, Bengaluru FC, they're going to be elated with this goal being scored. And of course, Sagnik, we know he's one of those experienced players, can definitely count him in the Indian grades of FIFA. Very old veteran. We've seen him across a lot of tournaments. He's performed really well, and today he's doing nothing less, right? But the last encounter ended with a draw. But this time, of course, Shagnik would want to see it through. But Akash Ash, he's not given up yet. Mbappe, really a rough tussle over there. But Vinicius Junior just finding the ball would look for more clearance. But no, Akash Ash still keeping the ball in play with Ibrahimovic, goes in for the pass, but Vieira stops it over there. And now Bengaluru FC, they're looking at a counter-attack of their own.
Yeah, it's Mbappe coming forward now, the blistering pace, bringing it forward. Let's see what he can do. Can he get this ball into the box? No, it is intercepted there by Patrick Vieira. Akash coming forward now. He has numbers available. Decides to slow it down just a little bit. There is time. If he can get a goal right here, that could potentially give him the opportunity to find a winner. Has to play this just right. Goes for the shot. Time finish. Time properly. But there is a man in the middle over there. And yes, now it's just all hands to deck for Shagnik. Can he see it out? Can he ride it out and get the 3 points? Or will Akash manage to force this to game 3? It's Gullit and Zidane. A physical battle. It's onside this time. Now, it's last chance alone for Akash. He gets the ball in. Surely needed to pass that earlier. Didn't. Still gets the opportunity with Cafu. Now with Mbappe. Last ditch tackle again. Still going. Ronaldo there. Amazing defense from Shagnik. He sees it out. And surely now, look at that. Acres and acres of space to run into. He has Eusebio and Ronaldo to pick out as well. But I think he's just going to see it out. He just wants the 3 points. And Akash knows this is game over. Surely takes the tackle. Probably a red card for that as well. Referee showing mercy, no booking, but there you have it. It is Bengaluru FC getting all 3 points. Shagnik, heroic defending in the end over there to get the result that they needed.
Oh yes, but you've got to feel bad for Jamshedpur FC, but Bengaluru FC, they're going to be so happy. Now they've managed to see it through in these 2 games, and Varsity stands true with his words. Very confident. This is exactly what they needed. And he's always been talking about, the first half not really going the way Bengaluru FC wanted. But Chagnik, he doesn't want a smile. Finally does. Watts is like, hey, cheer up, buddy. We just won a game. We ensured ourselves those 3 points. And Akash, I mean, there were so many times he took those shots back at it again and again, hitting the crossbar, being unlucky on various multiple occasions. Oh, it's absolutely shattered his confidence, and oh, you've got to feel bad. I think I personally need to send a cake for them because Akash and Arvind, oh, these boys, they need to get back to smiling.
Yeah, it's really tough to take these ones. I mean, considering those two shots off the post, I mean, one maybe was a very prohibitive angle, so you can say, okay, wasn't maybe realistic for that to go in. But the first one that hit the bottom post in the far corner, I think Akash would have thought that was a goal, and you can just see. I think that can probably become a meme over time. Just the shock Akash face when the ball hits the post could become a recurring eISL meme. Hey, and if you guys wanna send in memes,
Yeah.
we can make it fun as well. Obviously, I'm sure these guys will take it in. Just don't send them for like 2 hours after the match because Akash will still be feeling a bit bad about it. But after that, we can make an entire meme community around the eISL as well. But now we focus on game 3. Bit of a dead rubber, you would have to say, for Bengaluru FC. But it is still important because games 1 and goal difference is going to be a factor, and it is highly likely that if Bengaluru FC are to make it into the top 4, it could be that they are level on points with one of their opponents.
Yeah, and this is gonna help their cause because with these 3 points being secured, they're getting 19 points, really in close contention. And Bengaluru FC, ever since the new year has begun, they've been in a good form lately. They've been winning their games, have been looking very composed. But again, just in a couple of seconds, so many shots just hit. And yeah, of course, if you do have some memes, do have some content around the players, anything at all, well, of course, tag the players, tag us also at Notwin Gaming and ESL. We would make sure that we have you featured over on our social platform. So keep those memes coming, keep the posts coming. Do not forget to use appropriate hashtags, of course, over there. And if you're enjoying the stream, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button as well. That being said, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we still have one more match to play, and likewise, like Azim said, nothing really much coming out of this one, but still, the way this the point standings, the way they have been tumbling here and there, I think towards the very end, when it matters, down to the top 4, I guess maybe these matches would count a lot.
Oh, absolutely. And well, for the moment, Bengaluru FC, of course, will be very, very happy with this result. But circling like sharks below Jamshedpur FC, we're going to see Kerala Blasters FC, Hyderabad FC, Odisha FC suddenly just poking their heads up saying, okay, we smell blood over here. We have an opportunity now. The Jamshedpur FC slowly falling down the table. We can overtake them. So it's a tough time for Jamshedpur FC. And I think every team is going to go through this phase of bad form. I'm sure even SC East Bengal will have a bit of a slump at some point during their season. So you have to be in the right place in the right time to capitalize on it. And Bengaluru FC today have got that job done. Varsity winning 3-0 and then Shagnik following it up, riding his luck at times to get the result against Akash Ash, who yeah, I think he needs to go and see whichever Baba DK has been through to change his luck, and maybe he can get some of this voodoo removed as well.
Yeah, something needs to be done. And of course, the kind of a form that Hyderabad FC have picked up, of course, DK, I do not know if he would want that because, again, at the end of the day, they're competitors, right? No matter how much these guys say, we're friends, we're really good friends, we gel up, we play together, we eat together, we sleep together, but still, at the very end of the day, once the competitiveness arises, that's where they're all going to throw it out of the park. But now, again, for Bengaluru FC, they're just going to play it really chill, just try and get a win out of it, try out a couple of strategies. But looking at the players, Arvind and Akash, oh, you've got to feel sad for them now. Of course, Akash being a very cheerful fellow every time he comes over on the screen, and it's been a long while, Azim, since we've had a chat with him.
Yeah, because I think every time it's either been in the co-op game Or actually, in the last few times, they've ended up losing both their losing the game pretty much by game two itself. The last two
Yeah.
times out, so it's been a frustrating time for them. We've not even really got an opportunity to chat with them, because usually it's the winners of each match who is sent to have a conversation with us. Maybe that'll change later on, of course, as teams start to get closer to being eliminated from that top four battle. I'm sure we'll get to have conversations with some of the players who have felt a little hard done by as well. And I think that's why we're getting all the nice, positive, politically correct statements. It's because we're just calling all the winners to chat with us. I think we should be calling Akash after he's hit the post 17 times in one game.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be very politically correct after that.
We're gonna check with production. At least after maybe the second game, if we could get someone from the losing side and talk to them about it, that would be great, because we would love to know about their insights. Of course, Shubham also did mention about this new patch, affecting his gameplay a lot. But then again, Dougal was of a different opinion. He had that there was nothing much happening. But we'll get back to that a little bit later, because hey, you can see Jamshedpur FC all fired up, ready to go. And could have been a potential chance, but again, the threat has been exterminated, at least for now. But yeah, Dougal, I mean, I love Dougal. Dougal made some really good, interesting points. He's just not feeling it because his opponents want to have this game ending in a draw. They don't want to go all in. He's seemingly frustrated. A lot of things have been said over here today, Aziz.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it does happen, right? A lot of players will say, you know what, we're just going to hawk the ball, not give this guy possession, because he's not going to come out and press either. He's happy to just. And I think maybe it's a little bit of a play on these guys saying, you know what, let's just let him keep having this unbeaten record, because we can keep taking points off him, and he can remain unbeaten, but we can keep getting the results. Maybe that's part of their strategy as well. And of course, it didn't work out for ATKMB today. We see Bengaluru FC now on the attack. Jamshedpur FC had a good opportunity early on in the game, weren't quite able to capitalize. Now they have the option on the right flank, on the left flank as well, if they would like to go again. A very, very good save over there by Pele. And now looking for that ball in behind, finding Mbappe perfectly, and Ronaldo goes for the shot and saved by Van der Sar. When it's not your day, it's just not your day.
Yeah, I mean, they just haven't woken up at the right side of the bed, and it's been continuing from quite a long time. This year, pretty much hasn't really started the way the boys of Jamshedpur FC wanted to. But yeah, that's the kind of a reality that they need to accept, because in those end days, Jamshedpur FC, another team, there was a moment when we were contending them for the first spot, not even the second or the third. But look at how the mighty have fallen. It sort of breaks my heart. But again, not much remaining for them from this match. They just want to vent out that anger, the frustration that they've been having, maybe inside the squad game. And for Bengaluru FC, of course, they're a little chill. They know that all they've got to do is try to figure out a few of the strategies and here and there. But apart from it, it's all cool.
And quite interesting. I think the curse of the top spot is real, because you look at all the teams who've been in the top spot. You saw Chennai and FC went top, then they've been on a bad run of form. Of course, they've played more games than everyone else, but if you take the games in hand out, they're actually net potentially sitting outside the top four. Jamshedpur FC sitting outside the top four. FC Goa went top, sitting just on the edge of the top four, might be knocked out of the top four by Bengaluru FC today. Northeast United FC also just barely hanging on over there. So SC East Bengal have the best advantage, because having played the fewest games, they're very rarely sitting at the top of the table, and they might just get there towards the end, which would be perfect for them.
Oh yeah, and again, 30 minutes have almost passed by, and this could have.
Oh my god!
I think it was a long shot, right? He became a little overwhelmed with that. It's fine. I think he was going for that finesse shot, but eventually something else just happened.
Yeah, absolutely no finesse about that, unless he was aiming for a spectator in the crowd, in which case he most certainly hit his target. And well, Bengaluru FC have dominated the ball pretty well over here. Jamshedpur FC have had opportunities, but not really been able to penetrate or threaten too much, apart from that one shot that Akash was able to get away. And now an opportunity on the counter attack with the midfielders exposed just a little bit. Going for that ball in behind. This time he's timed the run perfectly. There is an opportunity. I think potentially he could have gone for a chip over there with the keeper so far out. deciding that the angle was against him, decides to go over there. And I think for Akash, there you go. This is the ball in and the goal. Finally, it happens. It's a recurring theme that we've seen for Jamshedpur FC. Lose their first two games and then come back and win the co-op match. And yeah, I mean, it's good at the end of it. And every time we say, you know what, they won the co-op match, this will give them the confidence to go out and win in the next game. But doesn't seem to be happening.
Oh yeah, but again, this is still like you said, a recurring thing that has been happening for quite a while. The same sort of a storyline affecting these lads. The primary problem sort of has come down to their strengths, right? That is the individual games. Now these lads did not lose their individual games. They did not have to rely a lot on their co-ops from the very start. But after that sharp decline that they've had lately, it's been such a sad story going along. But again, we've got to be happy about Bengaluru FC finding their tracks, finding the mojo. Varsity also with a smile. But this could be another beautiful chance being created. Pele passing it on, but all right, one of those co-op problems that you have. You are in the right position, but your teammate just isn't.
Yeah, and almost getting the ball gifted back straight to them, but surviving that for the moment. Bengaluru FC, of course, they can happily afford to lose. It's not ideal for them to lose because, of course, goal difference and matches won is one of the tiebreakers in case you're level on points with other teams, which I'm almost 90% sure that we're going to have that fourth spot decided by two teams who are level on points, because that's really how close everything is in the eISL halfway through the league stage. And lots of things are going to change. I mean, right now we see one team on top. Don't expect them to be there in 2 or 3 days' time. That's you see a couple of teams sitting in fifth, sixth. Don't expect them to be there in a couple of days' time as well. So it's really heating up. And for Jamshedpur FC, Akash, you can see he's wondering what he needs to do to get the goal in the matches that count.
Oh yeah, he definitely has to. But again, taking a look on that previous goal, they were not really celebrating or in a mood to. And yeah, it's completely understood why. But yeah, of course, we've got to move in. The halftime did get over. The second half is on its way. As again, just this time, Jamshedpur FC would want to have more goals to their belts, their names over here. And this could be a potential good chance. Mbappe just pacing in through that right wing, has to look for that cutback. He's done that, has found Ronaldo in the final third, but Maldini just coming out of nowhere, just nudges him off the ball, and there you have a counter attack this time for Bengaluru FC. I think it's a point where they could play things a little bit seriously, because again, co-op is very important factor, just not today, but in every single game that they've been playing. But Theo Hernandez just anticipating the play, and now builds a counter attack of their own.
Yes, and on the counter attack, they come over here on the left flank. Very well worked over there using Pele. Now with Neymar Jr., a good shooting opportunity passed up over there. I think he should have just taken the shot. Maybe it's Akash doesn't quite have the confidence to take those shots on anymore, because that looked like a very clear opportunity to have a shot on goal. Didn't quite happen. They still win that ball back. It's a bit of pinball happening in the middle of the park over here. Not quite the highest quality that we've seen in the particularly in the first two games from both teams. It is, of course, a little bit more casual than normal. Of course, still an important game for both teams, and Jamshedpur FC will want to just get a little bit of revenge, get a couple of goals. Give them a sound beating if they can, maybe a 2-0 or a 3-0. So you see Kevin De Bruyne just taking a little bit of a trip on the grass over there, enjoying himself, and now has the opportunity to look for that long ball, but plays it again with the body angle, the body shape being wrong. Those shots, those through passes can all go horribly astray. And Bengaluru FC taking their time on the ball. They know there's no real rush for them to score a goal. They can just hold on to it, wait for that absolutely perfect opportunity, tire out the opposition, get their thumbs a little bit sore, and then that's the time to pounce.
Oh yeah, that is definitely the time to pounce. But for now, as the game has kind of again gotten off to an end-to-end sort of a play, where both these teams again trying to create chances. But well, for Jamshedpur FC, they're going to be looking to make something out from the center, where Ronaldo, of course, giving it away towards Pele. Now Maldini with that beautiful defense. But then again, Azim, the conversation does come down. We do have limited number of matches. We'll get back to that a little later. That could be a potential penalty, but it was, rightfully challenged. It was fair enough. So yeah, he
Yeah.
survives that. But yeah, coming back to the discussion that I wanted to really have around the top order, right? We've got Chennai, Mumbai, we've got SC, Bengal, and Northeast United, the four top contenders right now. But the difference in terms of the points is not too much. It's just that FC Goa can get back to it, but once they get back into their playing days. So other than that, we've got a few more contenders. But according to you, who from the lower fourth do you think has the potential to make it up there?
I mean, I definitely think Bengaluru FC are one of the teams in a very, very strong position. Hyderabad FC, they've been very hit and miss throughout the season. So some days you think, come on, they're ready to absolutely challenge for that top four spot, and the next day they just does not work for them at all. So they're on a run now. They've won 2 back to back and pretty much doubled their points tally in 2 games. So that'll give them confidence. That'll give them the feeling that they can beat everybody in this league. Foot race there between Cafu and Pele, easily won by Cafu. And now 72 minutes on the clock. Bengaluru FC still looking to deny Jamshedpur FC that little crumb of comfort that would come from winning this game. There is the ball played through to Vinicius. Will he have a crack over here? I think one touch too many. Yep, could have taken the shot over there, and not quite. And now Cafu acrobatically played to goal it over there. Again, getting forward on that flank, they are getting the fullbacks involved, so there will be opportunities. If you look at the radar, it's pretty much 2-on-2 for the counter-attack if they can play that ball early. Not allowing them to play that ball early, our Bengaluru FC could press to prevent the counter-attack, and now it finally has been played. The run coming now from Ronaldo, trying to keep himself on side, and Mbappe well read on defense over there, but a cheap giveaway. Now, well played there into Ronaldo. But again, can't find Neymar. The ball rebounds to him eventually. Weird looking pass over there.
Oh.
Not what you want to do. Surely this time a goal if he's onside. And he is.
Yeah.
It's the second goal for Akash. And you know what? He's going to wish just if only one of those goals from here could have happened in the game against Sagnik.
Yeah, finally found some breathing space, but again, these matches are gonna help out, of course, if you sort of end in those similar points towards the end of all your games, and this match might just count. But yeah, like you said, Azim, had this happened in his individual game, in both their individual games, in fact, this could have been something really to enjoy about. But yeah, these guys just don't care. They know no matter if even if they concede 10 goals around here, it's still not going to change the outcome. All right, it's still going to be those 3 points going for them, so they can take it, with a pinch of salt or whatever they want to. But regardless, this is much needed from Jamshedpur FC. They're still finding success in the co-op games, but in their individual games is where they need to get that edge back.
Couple of substitutions for Bengaluru FC. I think Eusebio being brought on for Ronaldo. So going for a little bit more dribbling ability, a bit more quickness inside that box. And there you go, Eusebio. That's what he wanted. Brilliant, but off the post. Oh my goodness, a taste of Akash's medicine sent over to Bengaluru FC. Smashing move over there. He worked it perfectly. The substitution was perfect, but off the post.
Oh, all right. I mean, it's still something that the boys from Bengaluru can live with, right? It's nothing that they can do about, but it's fine. I mean, as long as they've ensured those 3 points home. But again, Jamshedpur FC, they would be looking for the third over here, and that's a really good steal. Mbappe just trying to pace in from the right wing, has a lot of space to work around with, goes in for the cross, but well read and dealt by Cafu. But in turn, Bengaluru FC have managed to steal the possession back, and now they're on a counter-attack of their own from the right wing.
Now Vinicius getting into the box, finds Eusebio, but again Maldini nipping in there at 89 minutes. Really the only outcome over here is Jamshedpur FC getting the win in this game. Unfortunately, they had no points. A smashing ball in leaves that
what?
to Mbappe, and Yeah, even a hint of a smile over there from the Jamshedpur FC boys. And Van der Sar now getting involved and doing some trickery. He'll kick this ball out. Oh, okay. I guess he's just having a bit of fun. Kicks it out. And even Azagnik over there looking at him saying, Kya kar raha hai? What is this? But there you go. Jamshedpur FC get the win in this game. And yet again,
Yeah.
having lost the opening two games, the win in the co-op amounts to nothing for Jamshedpur FC. They walk away with 0 points. Bengaluru FC claim all three and move higher up potentially into that top four, albeit temporarily.
Yeah, and that just kind of hurts them, right? They're not really happy with their win because their individualistic, the solo performance hasn't really been the way they've wanted. I think there are those moments, right? Every competitive player goes through it. There are those times when every shot you take sort of goes in, and there are those days when no matter how much you try, no matter how confident you are, it is just not meant to happen the way that you would. And here the boys are, just sharing some light moments of laughter. Of course, even despite the fact that they've lost the co-op game, still have managed to make sure that they do have those three important, crucial points secured. And yeah, a few highlights from the game. Jamshedpur FC, of course, trying their hearts out, did find that success again in the co-op, but likewise discussed, time and again, the individual games has been one of the biggest problems for them. Now, this is something that did not happen earlier, but look at those shots, hitting that crossbar this time, at least for Bengaluru FC. All right, they can live with it.
Yeah, I mean, they're totally fine with that. They would have liked to get the win, but you can see comprehensively outplayed over there. And I think it is down to a little bit of just like the lack of concentration, lack of intensity once you've already got the 3 points in the bag. Jamshedpur FC, very, very clinical. They're getting their shots in, expected goals tally of 3, but getting the 2-0 either way. So a good day at the office for Bengaluru FC, moving themselves up higher up that table. So I mean, it's a great situation for them after finding a bad run of form, eventually
Yeah.
culminating in this game with a victory. Let's quickly take a look at the scorecard. We see that it was the win, 3-0 up top for Varsity against Arvind, not even allowing him a shot on goal. Comprehensive win. Sagnik hanging on in the end against Akash, who threw absolutely everything at it but could not get that second goal.
Yeah.
And then Jamshedpur FC getting the win, which eventually was of no consequence.
Now, there's some sort of a voodoo magic going on, I believe. Akash and being so unlucky with all those crossbar shots. I mean, a lot of things are happening. You never know. You never know. Someone's plotting something behind the scenes. But yeah, of course, jokes apart, let's take a look at who the hero of the match is going to be supposed to be. I think Varsity, there you have those 3 goals scored in his game, being really crucial in determining, or rather giving Bengaluru FC that extra edge from the very start. And Shagniki did not have a lot of pressure, but still managed to see things through. A very confident Varsi, and he's been determined, he's been focused more than ever. And all these shots going in, was so well prepared, had a near perfect game, we could say, not giving Arvind a lot of chances to strike. And if you can put a player like Arvind that way, then you're playing some really good FIFA.
Oh, absolutely. Arvind, of course, is a very defensively solid player, and we did see his one-on-one situations with Varsi were actually very, very good. But the quick interplay is what led to his undoing. And let's see now the impact that this game has on the leaderboard, with Bengaluru FC moving up into 4th place by virtue of their goal difference. Of course, Northeast United FC, FC Goa and Jamshedpur FC lagging behind quite a bit in that regard. So it is quite a good situation for them to be in terms of goal difference. But FC Goa with 2 games in hand, Northeast United FC with a game in hand as well. So potentially they could be bumped back down to 6th place, but they're hanging on to the coattails. And we do have Sagnik along with us to have a chat. Let's quickly head over to him. There we go. Sagnik, congrats on another win back to back. How you feeling? How's the confidence?
Yeah, we are feeling great. I mean, I didn't have a very good game personally, but I'm really happy with the way Vasi played today, Like, I could really see the OG Vasi, the prime Vasi today.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, he was absolutely on fire. The kind of composure that he was completely dead focused on the game. But let's talk about your game a little bit. Of course, you did manage to get that with a win, but it was very hard fought one, especially when you've got Akash hitting those shots on the crossbar, and it's not the first time it's happening. And we sort of have made that conclusion. There's some voodoo magic going on. What are your take? What's your take on that?
No, I think like today I was not up to my game. Akash played really well. At least he deserved a draw out of the game. But like I think it was our day altogether. So yeah.
All right, but you guys now move up into the top four. Of course, you have to hope that FC Goa, Northeast United FC, these guys drop points as well. But you guys have managed to maintain a very positive goal difference throughout. Right now, you're plus 14, whereas a lot of the teams around you are 1, -3. So, do you think if it comes to a top four battle, goal difference could play a huge part?
Yeah, yeah, like 100%. This tournament, I feel like personally will go to the last day, and it will take the goal difference into account when it comes to the top four.
And you, of course, have been, pretty happy about those 3 points, especially after the new year. You've been winning a lot of your games, and we really do hope that you keep this, hype train going, the momentum train that you have built up. And all the best, Shagnik, to you and Varsity for all your future matches as well. We hope we get to see more of you often over here.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, of course, again, Shagnik had a script in front of his hand. I did not play well. The other player played really well, but I still managed to win the game. But yeah, of course, a very good gentleman to talk to. And yeah, I mean, Bengaluru FC, the way they've been playing, the way they've been, catching up, the way they've been winning their games lately. I think all the Bengaluru fans would be elated, right, with their performance, especially. And I really want to see how this sort of goes around as the future games do commence. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally done with all our games for the evening. Before we head out, of course, we've got to thank our sponsors, starting off with Coca-Cola, our associate partners Hero, esports partners Nordwind Gaming, our platform partners PlayStation, for making this event happen. Of course, it's a Sunday and you guys do have your plans out. You've got your match days going on. We would, of course, encourage you to watch all those matches, of course, from the real world of Hero ISL as well. For now, Azim and I would be calling it a night. We are going to be meeting you guys tomorrow with different set of matches, some more intense action of FIFA going on. Till then, good night.